Winding 60 years from 2023, that brings us to 1963. Which NBA team won the championship that year?
Was it the Hawks, the Lakers, the Celtics, or the Warriors? You should know your 1963 NBA trivia, because if you do, you just earned yourself some VC. But here's another question for you. How many games did it take the Celtics to win that final series in 1963?
Was it 4, 5, 6, or 7 games?
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A well-dressed group of Timberwolves as they made their way to the locker room. They love playing in front of their raucous home crowd. It's Thursday night and it's the NBA here on 2K Sports. And our broadcast team, DA, take it away.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Now, it's no secret, at the end of quarters, players will wait until just after the buzzer sounds to fire up heaves, so they won't hurt their field goal percentage. To encourage a nothing-to-lose approach on these plays.
Yeah, it is. Do it. Thanks, TA. And the starting group for the Spurs. They've got Keldon Johnson. Collins is out there with Jones. And it's Sohan in at the power forward position. And for the Timberwolves, sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniels. Two big men inside, Towns and Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point.
And the assets traded by the Wolves for Rudy Gobert surprised a lot of people. In essence, 5 first-round picks, 3 of them unprotected. They better hope this thing works out. A lot riding on it.
And he recovers it. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. McDaniels, good, and the assist goes to Towns. McDaniels got the first points of the night for Minnesota.
And how about the quick eyes there from Towns? Finds a hole in the defense and exploits it there with a nice find.
Shot by Collins, no good.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
The offensive rebound. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
For San Antonio, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Out to the right wing. First 3-pointers off the mark.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Johnson, the pass to Sohan. Misses the 3. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Minnesota again turning it over.
Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
And the Spurs with possession. Now here's Jones. Gobert with the block.
This is why shooters always have an eye out for Rudy. And if you don't, this could be the result.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Johnson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Greg Keldon Johnson is listed at 6'5", but he plays much bigger than that.
He has the strength to fight for rebounds with anybody. Fearless on the court and plays with an endless motor. His strength and willingness to use it makes him valuable.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots. And that one falls for Johnson. And so many teams with an eye on the playoffs now, Smitty, even for the teams that aren't going to make the postseason. What's the focus now? What is their purpose?
I think the focus now, Kevin, is still to develop, still create good habits. And this is a final audition for a role for next season for a lot of guys. Given everything he's got, Keldon Johnson's a guy you want on your side. Why? He doesn't let up.
Jones with it. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
From deep. They grabbed their own miss. Gobert down low. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. San Antonio's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And now the first timeout called here for the Spurs. You have to admire the energy with which Rudy Gobert attacks the glass.
Kevin, well, his stats reflect that tremendous effort. He averages some crazy rebounding numbers, using not just his size, but also his expert timing.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. He's off on that one.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Gobert. Got it from 16 feet.
The jumper is becoming part of his game. Rudy Gobert has added this element to his offense.
To the middle, here's Collins. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And that's why Cat went first overall. This dude is 6'11" with perimeter skills, a sweet shot, and unstoppable when he's on. And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
They get it back. Here's Towns. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Pass to Collins. Here's Sohan. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Towns. Here's Gobert. That one falls.
Really enjoy watching Gobert scrape and claw his way for rebounds, showing off that gritty mentality.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Manu Ginobili, Hall of Fame class of 2022. He played his entire career in San Antonio. And in 2003, Manu's rookie season, we won a ring together.
And the shot is good. Collins has got 6.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside positions.
It's good.
Looking to expand his game. Love seeing Gobert rise up with confidence off the catch.
And seeing Manu as a rookie, Smitty, what were your early impressions?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind, Kevin, he was unpredictable. He was definitely NBA ready. He had already been a pro for 7 years before he came over, and he played an important role for us winning that title.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Fires for three. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 3. 14 feet away, and he gets it to go.
So cerebral out there. You always feel like Conley's making the right decision.
San Antonio calls timeout. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the boards.
You know, you can't allow that many second chance opportunities and then get almost none yourself. Rarely that works out for you.
Spurs trailed by 5. Edwards defending. Shoots from 14. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night. A pass to Towns. Towns is doubled. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Spurs with possession. Pass to Conley. Here's Gobert, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. 9 points for Rudy Gobert.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
That's good from Collins on the assist by Jones.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
They get the rebound. Towns. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
Jones, the pass to Sohan. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
To the inside. And finished off by Collins.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. It's stolen by Jones. Edwards defending. On the wing, Johnson. Fires the 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
I don't know how many shots he's missed this quarter, but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
Towns with the bucket.
They have leaned on him all quarter, and it has worked to perfection.
To the right side. Here's Sohan. Offensive rebound. Collins. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Minnesota. Minnesota leading by 5. Here's Gobert, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 3 assists in the game. Inside, here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
Great pass from Devin. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Gobert can't hit. Spurs trailed by 5. Greg, Devin Vassell came in as a 3-and-D type player, but he's grown beyond that.
He has added secondary ways to contribute on offense. Still not a great shot creator, but can finish plays in a variety of ways to help his team.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Tonight, early on, this team is saying, forget the analytics. Let's take mid-range shots. They can be easy points.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
And that one falls for Vassell. You know, for so long, many joked about how the Spurs were always too old, right? Too old, too slow, too stuck in their same ways. But that's changing.
Well, I was on a couple of those teams too, Kevin. I remember well, people said that the Spurs were too old and needed to get younger. And over the last few years, they've done exactly that. A lottery pick. Devin Vassell has turned into a big-time talent, someone who will be a force in this league for years to come.
To the paint, here's Collins. The basket is good off the assist from Graham. Collins has got 14 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Knocks down the 3-ball.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
On the wing, Johnson. Back to Graham. Spurs passing it around. Vassell, no good. Timberwolves leading by 6. Pass to Edwards. On baseline, Jay. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Few players in the league do a better job of finding the open man than Mike Conley.
Here's Graham to the wing right side. Vassell, no good.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result. So much of rebound is about positioning. Effort, no lack of it right there.
Out to the right wing. Reed with the rebound.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Took him no time at all on that one. And it's an 11-point Timberwolves lead.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Johnson, a wide open look. San Antonio getting another chance here. Count it.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
And the shot goes in.
Now off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Passes it to Johnson. And the pass debates Dion. Graham gets a wide open look. A 3-pointer off the mark. Minnesota leading by 11. Reed the pass to McDaniels. Shoots over Graham. A shot by McDaniels, no good. Graham dishes to Johnson. Pass debates Dion. The 3. And no good. Rudy Gobert, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
And that's really hard on a defense, having to play deeper into the clock and having to cover a lot more ground.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. Monte Graham is out there with Devin Vassell. Then it's McDermott. Then it's Collins. And it's Bates Diop in at the 4.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Collins. The basket is good off the assist from Graham. Collins has got 6 here in this quarter.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
And when you're a little man, that's the shot you need to be effective. Mike Conley certainly is.
Here's Graham. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Minnesota making a switch here. Gobert's checked in. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Bassey's checked in. McDermott with it. He's against Anderson. Nice shot by McDermott.
Let's not forget, at 6'8", Doug McDermott has the ability to be a scoring threat inside the paint.
That was the 2K drive, as that move deserved another look.
And when you're trailing like this, just focus on one possession at a time. Keep hitting singles, pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, for 22 straight years, San Antonio made the playoffs. They haven't made the last 3 postseasons, and former Spur Robert Ory worries if they'll ever be relevant again, saying, "I hate to say that. San Antonio is a small market. Guys just aren't going to go there." And that's a dire prediction for such a storied and successful franchise, Kevin.
Wow, no kidding, David. All right, thank you. Greg, when the postseason rolls around, the officials tend to let more go, more contact, more aggressive play. Is that the right approach?
Kevin, I think it is the right approach. And I'm a fan of letting the players play and blow the whistle when there's clearly an advantage created by either the offense or defense.
Down low, here's Bates Diop, and that one is hammered home.
Skying high, one of his advantages as an undersized forward.
And Towns, the bucket on the assist from Conley. Conley's got his 9th assist in the game now. Pass to Bates Diop. With the drive, good work there as it goes. Bates Diop's got 6 points.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
The Spurs making a switch here. Jones is checked in. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Trying to find Vassell. He gets it to him. Over Edwards. Vassell, no good. Timberwolves leading by 15. Towns with it. Jones covering. Edwards can't hit. Now here's McDermott. Not a lot of room. Gobert with the block. They retain possession. Passes to McDermott. It's good from long range. McDermott's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Good on the three-point shot.
Coming back with a 3 of his own, Kyle Anderson adjusts his game to rise to the level of competition.
San Antonio calls timeout. You look at Towns, he's really been playing well.
The man has been relentless scoring inside, attacking the rim every chance he gets. Their defense has been powerless to stop him. We'll see what adjustments they make coming out of this timeout.
On defense, the Timberwolves. Spurs working the ball around now. McDermott, no one around him. And the 3 off target. Timberwolves leading by 15.
And as for McDermott, how about the last couple of seasons he's had?
GA career highs in scoring. He's not making a higher percentage, but he's taking more shots each game. Seems like it's been a recipe for success.
And the Spurs making a change here. Here's Sohan, defended by Towns. Nice shot by McDermott.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Minnesota, leading by 12. They're coming off that win against the Knicks.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
They get it back. Gobert. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Gobert's got 4 points this quarter. Now the pass to Bassi. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Gobert finds Edwards. Got that one up quick. Edwards got 9 points.
Love the decision by Gobert, finding the open teammate, playing smart basketball.
Minnesota leading by 12. Here's Anderson, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more. Here's Jones. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's McDermott, and finished off by McDermott.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. Minnesota's gone for the 3-pointers 7 times here in the second, and been successful 3 times. Towns with the bucket.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
To the wing on the left. Here's Sohan. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And there's Edwards on the assist by Towns. Towns has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low.
Vassell with it. Picked up by Edwards.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Towns for 3. Traps in the tray. Towns has got 25 points.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Out to the wing. Here's Sohan. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Minnesota leading by 19. Here's Conley. Rebounded by McDermott. San Antonio's gone 2 for 5 from 3-point land since the end of the first. To the inside, Bassi. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 6 points for him.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Nice shot by Gobert.
In a league of huge guys, Gobert's size stands out, helps him absorb contact.
Right wing. To the middle. Here's Bassi. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Bassi's got 8.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Gobert, no good. Spurs trailed by 17. Left side, Jones. Here's Vassell. And a miss there on the triple.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Conley's shot is off.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Sohan. Off target from 3-point range.
In this first half, he is really falling in love with the 3. So far, not paying dividends.
And the 3 ball is good. Edwards got 7 points for the quarter.
And this is big for Edwards' confidence, wanting to keep hitting from downtown and stretching that defense. Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
They get it again. Spurs trailed by 17. There's 49 seconds left now here in the second. Pass to Sohan. Shoots over Towns. Tries again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed comes in for Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in for Anderson. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Timberwolves leading by 15. Shoots. Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got 12 points in the game.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
And that one's good, Bessie.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. The shot's good.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
Conley against Wesley. Johnson outside. Top of the key. Here's Bassey. Great D that time from Edwards. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Timberwolves ahead, leading by 17. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Carl. Impressive start for you. What's the mentality going into a game like this?
Just being aggressive. Really played well at all the first half myself.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. What a start it was for Karl Anthony Towns. He had 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, when you pass the ball the way they have, I mean, this is the kind of scoring line you expect. The guys are in total sync, and the difference is the ball movement. I mean, they're moving the ball around, and it's striking.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio. And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. Gobert is out there with Naz Reid, and it's Conley in at point guard. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at the line.
And that one falls for Jones. Collins checked in for San Antonio. And so he hits both. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
And that's going to go back the other direction, but they've played a pretty clean game. Not many giveaways, and the score reflects that.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Johnson outside. Latrey. Rebound, Minnesota. They led the game at 1 point by 20.
Just a solid contributor. Mike Conley has continued to age, and he looks far from done.
Gia, he's terrific, especially at setting the pace and orchestrating an offense. Also solid at realizing how to get his teammates involved. A selfless distributor who looks to make his guys better.
A nice shot by Sohan.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Here's Reed, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Reed's got 5 points now in the quarter.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Here's Sohan. No good on that one. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Now, Gobert. He's got 17. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Just another example of losing concentration. His 4th turnover of the evening. He has to start protecting the ball better.
Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Timberwolves. On the wing, Johnson. Misses in close.
You want to talk about ugly? This team is losing, partly because he hasn't drained a shot all night.
And again, Minnesota will turn it over.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
Spurs trail by 20. Here's Jones. Pass to Collins. And he lays it straight in.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Here's Towns. Can't hit that one. So the Spurs will take it the other way.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
On the wing, Jones. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. It's an 18-point game. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Johnson, the pass to Sohan. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Clean pass by Keldon Johnson to set up the shooter beautifully. What a play.
Here's Towns. Another miss by Minnesota. Spurs trail by 16. Johnson outside. Here's Collins. And then Collins slams it in.
Unselfish. Moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. You know, Steve, the persistent growth of Keldon Johnson is pretty impressive.
It is, Kevin. He is obviously receptive to good coaching and is committed to finding success here in the league. Almost across the board, you see his stats creeping up season to season.
Timberwolves leading by 14. Here's Towns. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. That one good for 2.
And with that unique combination of size and skill, Towns can sure get himself going offensively.
Sohan off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
And that one's good. Towns.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Reason why momentum can flip so quickly. We see it time and time again. Teams giving up big leads.
A second chance effort. He gets it in there. Collins has got 26 points.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
And you know, the adjustments should have already been made. They know he's a good shooter from that spot.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
Anytime you get an opportunity to show off a little bit, you have to take it.
Minnesota making a switch here. Noel's checked in. Spurs trailed by 16. Kicks to Johnson. Left side, Jones. Trying his luck from deep. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. For 3, Edwards. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And so good off the bounce. Edwards working on his shot off the catch, and it is paying off.
High arcing shot. That one drops for him. He has 6. And one more look at that fantastic mobile one drive.
And even down big, the effort and energy is still there to try and make a comeback.
Passes it to McDaniels. From deep three-point range, they get the rebound. Towns. And the layup is good. Towns has got 31.
These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
The open shot by Johnson. Here's Collins. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 16th rebound on the night. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. Rivers, he's checked in for Edwards. The Spurs also with the sub. Devontae Graham's checked in for Jones. Spurs trailed by 19. Graham finds Collins. Johnson, that's for 2. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Karl Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Good decision to regather. Talk it over. Your main concern now is how to slow this guy down on the offensive end.
Here's Graham. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Paige Diop. And here is Wesley. The pass to Paige Diop. Off target from outside.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Towns gets it to go.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
Kept alive. Here's Collins. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Minnesota.
They are making it rain from the three-point land right now. And the coaching staff continues to encourage them to let it fly.
And also, they are working the opposition from the mid-range, continuing to fire away with confidence from there.
And that one falls for Collins.
The 10th pick in the 2017 draft. Zach Collins has battled through multiple injuries. That held him to play just under 185 games in his first 5 seasons.
Prince is checked in for McDaniels. And so Collins nails both of them. And with Collins, it's tough, Steve, to develop as a player when you're constantly rehabbing from injury.
Thankfully, he's young and still has upside. Kevin, when healthy, though, he is shown to be a solid defender, and with his three-point shot, he can bring value as a stretch five.
To the left wing, Graham inside the line. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
And they'll get another chance. And it's in there. Towns has got 12 points here in the second half.
And pure cash. Whenever Towns gets these types of looks, he's consistent at spraying.
Here's Bates Diop. 6 points for him. Gobert with the defensive effort.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
The Spurs shooting not looking too good out there in the second half, right around 32%. Graham, the pass to West, and he gets the bucket.
Though Devontae is a natural-born scorer, he's developed into a solid playmaker as well.
Wasted no time on that one. Towns has got 40 points.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Back to Graham. Dishes it to Collins. Pass to Bates Diop. Spurs working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Graham. And the basket is good.
Clever play by Devontae Graham. He has the defense wondering what happened with that pick and roll.
And Towns gets it to go.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Feeds to Graham. Pass to Wesley. Johnson outside. He takes it in. Got a piece of it.
Torian Prince saying, not on my watch. Spectacular D.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And San Antonio has possession, and it's Wesley missing. Prince kicks to Rivers. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Looks smart when the shots are going down.
Collins passes to Bates Diop. Now the feed to Graham. And he banks in the layup. Graham's got 4 points now in the quarter.
At Devontae Graham's size, you have to be smooth when you're amongst all those trees.
Kicks it out to Collins. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Rivers passes to Reid. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
Likes to facilitate the basketball, but Devontae Graham can hit from long range.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Yeah, they've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Anderson's checked in. The Spurs also with the sub. Bassey's checked in. Johnson outside. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Wesley. The rebound by Anderson. From deep. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Johnson, the pass to Bates Diop, and the powerful one-handed slam.
That's how you set the table and everybody gets to eat.
The 3 from Anderson. Missed. And so it's Minnesota holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And we'll be back with you shortly. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And San Antonio shooting in this game 45%. On the floor for San Antonio, we've got Devontae Graham. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. Basket counts.
Just taking what the defense allows, and that's a shot he'll make all night.
A shot by McDaniels, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Minnesota with the rebound. Anderson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Reed misses. Spurs trailed by 20. Passes it to Sohan. On the wing, Johnson for 3. That shot, no good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. And Edwards launches it from deep. Bassey pulls it in. Bassey's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 20. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
They're doing well overall, but the turnovers have been the exception.
Gobert, he's checked in for Naz Reid. Collins checked in for the Spurs. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. And the pass to Sohan. And here's Collins. Pass to Graham. And every year it seems like outcomes in the playoffs can hinge on health. Steve, it's part of the game, as you well know.
It is, Kevin, and we hate it because obviously health can change the direction of a series or a team. But the one thing teams are doing a better job is they are lengthening and going deeper into their bench.
San Antonio again missing.
He has gone ice cold this quarter, obviously not helping their cause. So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job. What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
Edwards can't hit. Spurs trailed by 20. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Offensive rebound. Anderson finds Edwards. Over Graham. And too long on the shot. San Antonio's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Pass to Sohan. Offline with his 3. Timberwolves leading by 20. Here's Edwards. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And he's got more than a few ways to beat him. Edwards will be aggressive when he has to initiate contact and create the and-one opportunity.
And you look at Anthony Edwards, and GA, he is becoming the leader of this Timberwolves team, isn't he?
I think he is. I mean, partly it's his production with his numbers up across the board, but it's also his personality. He plays with tremendous swagger.
And nowadays, it seems like players have more opportunities than ever before. But, Steve, does that add to the challenge of balancing on the court versus off the floor?
It does for some individuals, but I love the opportunities that they're getting, and I love they're taking advantage of it. Most of the guys can juggle and balance both. Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
A nice shot by McDaniel.
That's his second three-pointer of the night, 1 in each half, trying to keep the defense honest.
Passes to Johnson. beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Right side Towns, and again it's Minnesota.
Dominating when it matters most. Give him the ball and get out of the way.
Conley against Jones. Johnson surveying the floor. Over Gobert. A shot by Johnson, no good.
It's just been a frustrating day for him all the way around, and it's rubbed off now, I think, on the rest of the team.
Out to Edwards. He dishes it to McDaniels. Clock at 6. Outside Conley. That's a 2 from Towns. And there's the pass to McDaniels. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And that one's good. Towns.
And one of the offensive forces in the league. When Towns wants to score, it is really hard to keep him from his spots.
Pass to Johnson. Now with the ability to play a soft zone, can Team Steve hide their weaker defenders?
I think it's great, Kevin, for a possession or two. And it works sometimes, but good offenses always find a weak link.
Conley dishes to McDaniels over Johnson, and another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. On the wing, Johnson. Looking to end his cold spell. It doesn't go for him. Towns with the defensive effort. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Back to Conley. Here's Edwards. Rebounded by the Spurs. Collins has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. That one goes in.
Worked that one inside nicely.
And that's life above the rim. Courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here is Edwards. It's tipped. McDaniels defending. And rejection by McDaniel. Here's Johnson. Minnesota with the rebound.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know it's ugly.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Well, Greg, analysts evaluate player performances on the floor, and sometimes we've seen the players fire back. They're not happy with the criticism.
You know, it's a risk you take, but if you treat everyone with kid gloves, you're really not doing your job. The audience expects a level of honesty, and quite frankly, players don't mind you criticizing their game. It's when those critiques become personal.
And San Antonio has possession. Wesley the pass to Jang. Over to the left wing. McDermott, the open look. That shot off. And Minnesota will come the other way. Pass to Prince. Shoots it. Rebound by Jang. Now here's McDermott. Guarded by Prince. Inside. And finished off by Jang.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter. Aggressive move inside.
From deep, Prince. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Prince has gotten better at creating his own shot, but the catch and shoot game is still his specialty.
To the wing on the left. From 8. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Rivers finds more. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Reed, he's checked in for Minnesota. The Spurs shooting an appalling 26% in the fourth quarter. Pass to Bates Diop. Now here's Langford. Over Rivers. Langford misses. Minnesota shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. And here's more outside. Rebound by Chang. And San Antonio shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Here's Wesley. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The topic of parity is always front and center with the NBA. So, Steve, how do you see the balance in the league these days?
Well, Kevin, the NBA's done a good job trying to keep financial equality between teams. But the biggest stars want to play in the biggest markets. So parity will always be a factor.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. McLaughlin's checked in. Both good from the line that time. The Timberwolves shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Kick out to Moore. Timberwolves passing it around. Takes the three. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Spurs with possession. .130 left to play in the final quarter. And Jang gets it to go.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Timberwolves.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Rudy Gobert.
I'll tell you, his shot blocking made a big impact. Whether it was on the ball or rotating over to help, he provided the intimidation factor this defense needed.
The pass to Jang. Jacks up a three. That shot off. Timberwolves go the other way with it. Pass to Reed. Over Jang. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done. Excellent timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
Prince misses. So it's the Spurs now. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And finished off by Jang.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Jang dishes to Langford. McDermott for 3. Offensive rebound. Pass to Bates Diop. And it falls.
I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do.